Taylor. We'll start with the opening statement for Coach, and then take questions for the student athletes, and then for Coach.
So proud of this team. Great win here today. Let me first tip my hat to Kennesaw State, Coach Jerry Mack, on a historic season, getting 10 wins, winning their conference. They truly had a special year, and it was a great opponent. But our team showed up today ready to play from the first snap, and really just proud of how we played as a team. I think you saw different guys take their advantage of their opportunities, make plays offensively, defensively, and special teams. And that's what truly makes this group special. There's not one player or a couple of players. It's a group effort. And, I thought for 60 minutes they laid it on the line. They gave everything. They emptied the tank for each other. And, again, you could see the grit and belief in each other. Great team win to be MAC champions and then bowl champions, first time in WMU history. This is a really special team, one of the best ever in our history, and for that I'm proud, but I'm more proud of who they are as young men, their character, and who they are off the field. They're champions in life, and now they're champions on the field.
All right, Jalen, we'll start with you. Very fast start, very similar to the MAC championship. You get the touchdown right away, and then Rodney makes the play on defense. How do you guys keep your composure and getting, maybe too high in that first minute, 22 seconds, you're up 14-0?
Gotcha, yeah. First, just give all glory to God for everything that's happened this season and happened this game. To answer your question, my coach says this all the time. You've never won a game in 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You've never won a game until the clocks are all zeros. So until the clocks are all zeros, we're going to give it all we got.
Rodney, playing out without Nadine Tucker obviously been a big impact on the season. You step into the starting position, but you've been in the rotation all year. What was it about the defensive line that was able to just bother the Owls so much?
I believe it's the way we practice. We came in every day, and just because we won the MAC, the goal wasn't still there. It wasn't the finish line. We still had room and opportunity to get better, and as long as we got practices or games, we're just gonna keep going, one play, one life, and dominate any chance we get.
You walk us through that first strip sack that you had. I mean, you kind of just untouched in there, and then it bounces right into Kershaw's hands.
I mean, I feel like it's all like a team effort. It all started with, like I said, how the way we practiced. We came to the bowl. Coach Taylor let us free like the first couple of days, and then it was time to lock in. So I feel like the way you practice is the way you play, and I feel like we was just prepared for the moment, and that's really it.
Jalen, you had 172 yards, I think, in the first quarter. Just at what point do you realize, like, I'm in a groove, and like, is it after the first one you take 65 yards to the house, or is it as soon as you step on the field for pregame?
When you woke
up? It's just every time I hit the field. Honestly, it's not even just this game. Like, I go on the field, I try to do my best every time. The O-line I have and the receivers and everyone I have to block for me. Makes it a little bit easier for me, but when I wake up, when I get the field, I'm just ready to go all the time.
Any other questions? All right, you guys are good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, real quick, let me just say how proud I am of these two young men right here. You want to talk about great examples of great men, of character, the way that they work and who they are as people. They're great teammates. They're selfless. They're part of what makes WMU special. Jalen Buckley is a leader. He's battled through injury, and he shows up to work every single day, and he's one of the toughest players that I've ever met. He does everything not for himself but for others, and that shows up on the field. He was asked to do a lot of dirty jobs this year, played through injury, and he continued to battle. The last 3 or 4 games, he's been healthy, and you've seen a healthy, confident Jalen Buckley and who he's wanted to be. Really proud of the year that he's had, but also the example that he sets. And then Rodney, there's not been one single player on our team who has changed and matured more in his time at WMU. I'm so proud and thankful for him. When he came in, he was hungry, he was selfless, he wanted to be a great teammate, and he really worked hard this year to be where he is. It was so special to see him have the day that he did. I knew this week the way that he practiced, getting the opportunity that he was going to get today, I knew he was going to have a huge day, and it's a testament to who he's been. He's become one of our best leaders and one of our best workers. So proud of both of these guys, but they're great examples of a lot of guys in that locker room. who make Bronco Nation proud. So love these guys. Appreciate you guys.
I mean, and we couldn't obviously do it without him. I mean, he sets the blueprint for everybody. Everybody rallies around him. He sets the tone, and all we gotta do is follow. And so, just like he mentioned, us two feed off of everybody else that are just like us. So when you get that and a coach like this, and you get all of them together, just special things happen. So yeah, appreciate you guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Coach talking a lot about a team effort, but it's always been a part of who you are and in your DNA to walk on. And what was the excitement like seeing Joey Pope, a walk-on, go for a 6 there in the second half?
Yeah, it was special. I mean, Joey is one of those players. I mean, when we announced that he was going to be on scholarship, you saw how much his teammates love him, how much they respect what he's done, and that was a special moment. It was a great play. I thought he played really well today. He's played big for us all year. And that was part of the reason why we put him on scholarship. I mean, he's a great teammate. He works hard. He loves football, and he's passionate about what he does. And he shows up every day, and he finds a way to make plays. I mean, I think he weighs maybe 122 pounds. He's probably the lightest guy in the country, but he's fearless. There's no back down in him. His toughness shows up. But we've got a lot of those guys. I mean, Jalen Buckley was a walk-on. I mean, and he was, MAC Freshman Offensive Player of the Year. I think he may have gone over 1,000 yards, with his effort today. I mean, if you look at, Jalen and the season that he's had, to battle through the injuries that he had, and then for a stretch of period, a lot of quarterback runs. He's doing a lot of the dirty work, blocking for Brock and not getting many carries, and he never said a word. He was so happy for other guys, and for Brock and doing his job. Blake Bosma was a walk-on. So I think it's just the character that this team has. It's a work ethic and a mentality just, to outwork everybody and outwork yesterday.
Coach, down on the field, you mentioned not playing to the scoreboard, but playing to your guys' standard whenever you guys find yourselves up a bunch in the second half. What is that standard, and why was that so important after the first 5 minutes you guys are up 21-0?
Well, I think you've seen the standard. You saw the standard today, and what that means is every single play giving our best and continuing to chase greatness by being the best version of ourselves, no matter what the score is, whether you're up, whether you're down. And I think that you've seen that multiple times this year with this team. I mean, we started out the season at 0-3, and then we're our first conference game. We're playing Toledo, and we're down 13 points, and they never stopped fighting, never stopped believing, and. In the Central Michigan game, had to come from behind and win there at the end. And then, the last 2 games, we played really well and had the lead, but there was no let up, there was no give up, there was no, hey, we're up, 4-0. Let's coast, let's cruise to the finish line. We've talked about this all year. If you want to chase greatness, there is no finish line. You have to continue to chase the best version of yourself and work for it and earn it. And that's playing to our standard. But I think, right now, you've seen a team from day one, game one, to right now, them improve every single week. Whether we've won, whether we've lost, I have appreciated how they've come to work every single day with the mentality to get better and continue to believe in what we're doing, not be satisfied with success.
You guys have been in Conway now for a couple of days. Just what can you say about the city, the area here, obviously Brooks Stadium, and the Myrtle Beach Bowl as a whole?
Yeah, I want to thank, the Myrtle Beach Bowl sponsors, the people of Myrtle Beach, the community. This has been a great bowl experience. I tell you what, we had a great time. We have been treated so well since we've been here. It's a great event. And, my first time in Myrtle Beach, probably a lot of our players' first time, they had a great time with all the events. Again, I was proud of their maturity because sometimes with bowl games, you can get lost in all the, the gift suites and the bowl gifts and the bowl events and, all of the other things and be distracted by what the real goal for us is, which was to come here and win a game. And what a great game, what a great matchup this was. Our players were excited to be here. We took it as a challenge. It was 2 G5 conference champions, playing against each other. And we wanted to prove that we were, one of the best in the nation. And I think that the way that we've played and the way that we're playing right now, this team has proved that, they're one of the best ever in WMU history, but we're one of the best teams in the country right now because of how we've worked and how we've played. And, beautiful stadium, saw the sun, saw the beach, got to go bowling at the beach, so we had fun.
My last question is just, looking back at this team in 5 years or even 5 weeks, just what's one thing that you'll remember about this team? You mentioned being one of the best in program histories. What do you remember most?
the people and the journey. I mean, we've got a special group of young men in that locker room, and it's part of what makes WMU, special. You can go to places and they have rings and they have trophies and they have cool uniforms and they have, all the things that, they can sell or talk about and brag about. But what really makes a place special are the people. And that's what made this team special, were the group of young men in that locker room. Also our coaches and support staff. I mean, everybody was on the same page, aligned in our mission and vision, pulling and rowing in the same direction for a common goal, and selfless in what we were doing, putting the team before each other, and I think that's when you truly have something special happen like this year.
Okay, any other questions? All right. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, Coach.
2025 Broncos signing off. Go Broncos.